They are starting to blush. I haven't covered in the last few years, and I'm not covering this year either. Absolutely beautiful, y'all. Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia, and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. And today we're going on a garden tour, y'all. If you're new here, I am in Virginia, Zone 7B, and I grow in an urban space in my backyard. I grow in ground, no dig, raised beds, bags, and in green stalks. And so I'm gonna take you on a garden tour today. And if you could tell, I'm in a different spot from where I've ever started a garden tour, because I'm so excited to show y'all something. Y'all could be like, girl, that wasn't that exciting. It's super exciting to me. Looky here, won't you? This is where the compost pile was. We got the area around it taken down. I don't know if I'm gonna bag this or if I am going to just push it back and let it continue to compost, because that greenhouse that we have, the one that I told you kinda isn't doing well, and I don't really want it where it is because I can't see the whole garden. We're gonna put that over here, and we're gonna use it to store junk like this so that this is not something that you are constantly seeing. So I'm super excited, y'all. I had started working on it yesterday to move the stuff, and then I was like, yeah, I don't want to. A lot of it has not composted, but there is some good compost in here. So we're gonna use it for sure, but we are not composting anymore. I got burnt out on compost, and so I'm just not going to do it anymore. Also, it was very cold this morning, so the sun is out, so if I'm squinting, I apologize, but I have to do it when it's warm outside. Anyway, so that came down. I'm very, very excited that that has come down. Oh, I'm gonna use the chicken manure composted. I've been saying chicken manure, but I'm letting it compost in place. Now, might there be some that has not broken down? Maybe. I put it in there right out of their area, if that makes sense. And then I'm gonna use worm castings. My worms are finally doing well. We are about to get cold, so I'm probably gonna like cover them with a cheap comforter. I'll go to like one of the dollar stores and get a cheap comforter. They're up on the porch beside the house anyway, so I think they'll be fine, but that's what I'm gonna use at this point. And then if I have to supplement with compost from the store, I will. I wasn't taking care of this. I wasn't gonna start taking care of it, and I can put this space to better use. Also, if you remember, I want to get a water catchment system. Not going to be this year at this point, but until then we can put that greenhouse over here. When it's time to do a water catchment system, we'll just have to move it around. So I guess we will start the tour over here today. So these are our cabbages. I actually have the drip on right now. So like this one is heading up, even though it's getting like really eaten up, and I'm not really clearing it out or coming to get anything off of it. I'm letting it be a trap crop. The thing is, if the inside leaves are growing well, when it is time for me to harvest this, it'll still be edible. So I'm gonna leave it. It could be a trap crop, or it could be a surprise cabbage soon. But here goes the rest of the cabbages. Some of them do have holes in them from, you know, having pest issues, but they are still here, looking good, actually looking like they want to head, y'all. I'm super excited about this. And so I'm not really positive on what varieties these are, and I thought I had put tags in it, but apparently I did not, because I don't see any tags in here. I do know this is one of the cone ones right here, and it's starting to head, if you can see that in there too. So I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. I have not had a lot of success growing cabbage, so I'm very happy to see that it is still like living. The leaves look good, and it's starting to look like it's gonna head. So I'm excited. We'll see how it goes. So we are past our first predicted frost, right? When I look at these roselle, it looks like they got frost on them, but we haven't had any temperatures that say that we had a frost. But see, It feels like they've had a frost. I'm really not sure, y'all. So I don't know that we're gonna get a good roselle harvest, and that's okay. But we do have some of the calyxes here, so we'll take what we can get. But like, see right here, it doesn't say we had a frost, but it definitely looks like we might have. And maybe it was just like really light, I don't know, because the whole plant isn't dead. But at the same time, you have leaves and things that's looking like this. So I don't know. This elderberry down here is still going strong. I'm probably gonna cut this a lot before next year, just because it's going everywhere. And I did see people had theirs staked, so I might need to stake it. But see, like all the way over here, this is elderberry. And so we're gonna see what we need to do about that. The bed over here, look at those Georgia Southern Collards, y'all. If you have been watching the garden tours, like, listen, this is why I like to do it every week, because the growth is really awesome. And these Georgia Southern Collards are actually in shade, and they looked horrible when I put them in. But I'm sure we're gonna get some Georgia Southern Collards. Even if we don't get the big leaves until the spring, the point is we're gonna get a nice harvest from over here. I can tell. I feel very optimistic about them, just because those seedlings looked terrible when I put them in, and now they look amazing, y'all. Oh, got my hair done. Super excited about that. On the other side, this is where our cabbage collards are. Not this one, I keep telling y'all that. But look how much better they've gotten. We had a whole lot of rain. That rain was very, very helpful. Look at them. They look so good, y'all. I'm waiting for what I know is a frost to start harvesting things out of the garden. This is also a cabbage collard. It gets shaded though, but they look so good. Look how big that leaf is on that one. I think it is a collard. I just don't know which one at this point. Right across from this bed, if y'all remember, I had pulled the lettuce out. It's growing back. The weeds growing too. So I need to make a decision. Either I'm gonna cover it or quickly get some more lettuce in here, but it's growing back. I had cut the tops off. They're just growing back. It's kind of cool. Lettuce is a cut and come again vegetable, so you can pull the leaves off, eat them. As long as you leave the plant, they will grow back. Over here though, I wasn't planning for that to happen, but it's happening on its own. But I also got to get those weeds out of there. I got to. We're just gonna continue down this row. We still have peppers. And see, this is why I'm like, did we get a frost? Because the peppers are still on here and the leaves still look good. So I'm not really sure what's going on with the roselle, but it appears like it got frost on it. But we have peppers. That's a poblano still going. This is a cayenne still going. And so I'm thinking we did not actually have a freeze. I'm just not sure what happened here. Y'all look at that thing. I don't know. It was looking so nice, and now it just doesn't. Down this row, we still have broccoli. This is a mix of all of the different broccolis I tried. So Godzilla broccoli, you have green Goliath, all of those. I don't see a head coming just yet on that. These are the Godzillas. I'm very much hoping to see what we get. This is one I was very excited to grow. And down the back, you have the one that's spelled D-I space C-I-C-C-O. They're looking good. And so they're a little lighter than these, but I was looking at them somewhere else and they are also lighter there. So that might just be a difference in the variety. So I haven't done anything to like green them up, because I've been fertilizing them just like I've fertilized everything else. So it may just be a difference in the variety. Right across from that broccoli is where we had the very late planted Swiss chard, and there's also calendula in there. So some of that calendula actually made it, y'all. That's one right there, and it's one right there. And calendula can grow in cooler temps, so I'm just leaving it. There's also a nasturtium that popped up over here. I'm thinking, I don't think I planted it, so I'm thinking it volunteered from what I had planted over here in the summer. So see right there, we have a nasturtium that just popped up. I'm leaving that too, because nasturtium can grow in cooler temps. And so I'm happy to see that. Next thing is we have some more tomatoes that are starting to to ripen. I'm pretty excited. I could take them off of the plant now and take them in the house to let them ripen, but I'm probably not going to. These are Carolina Golds, I think is what they're called. I know now I can get the Carolina Golds to start to ripen even if I plant them in July. That was one of the things I was trying to see, which is why I wasn't pulling them green. I want to see if I could plant them in July and I can get most of them to ripen outside before our first frost, which technically, if we had gotten our actual first frost when predicted, this would not have worked. So I'm probably going to plant my next round of tomatoes in the summer in June instead of July. At this point, I don't even know why I haven't pulled this plant. This is the Brad's Atomic Grape. Still has a lot on it. The thing is, I'm not harvesting them. Like, it have a whole lot, but I'm just not coming out here to harvest them, and that is the problem. If I'm honest, at this point, I'm really not into like cherries and grape tomatoes, and so with that being said, that's probably why I'm not harvesting them. I'm ready for the collards and the cabbages and the broccolis to come on, and I am very much wanting these tomatoes because I want to make some more tomato sauce. So if these were starting to ripen, I would absolutely be coming out here and I would be harvesting them. I think the Brad's Atomic Grape, I'm just like, yeah, we had enough. But also, they are starting to blush. So you can see it right there. You can see it right here. So they're starting to blush. There's a bunch of them in there. Like I said, these were all planted in July. And they are a determinate variety. So they haven't gotten overly big, and I haven't had to like try to figure out a way to really trellis them more than I already have. If they were indeterminate, that would be a mess by now. And of course, with determinates, you're not supposed to prune them. So they haven't even been pruned. So what you're seeing, well, okay, I took off bad leaves, but I haven't like taken off suckers when I say I haven't pruned them. So you know, we'll see what happens with that. I'm hoping that I can get a good amount of them to blush before our first frost does get here. And so we're gonna look at this bed. This is the second block bed when you're coming into the garden. You have kohlrabi right here, and look down there, y'all. You got kohlrabi growing too. So very excited about this. We'll probably, that one isn't that big, but we'll probably be harvesting the kohlrabi real soon. Probably this week, honestly. Let me show you this one. Like, that one is pretty much ready to go. It's ready to go right now. I'm trying to get you a good shot of it. That one is ready to go right now. And also, guys, so many broccoli heads. They're literally everywhere. I am super excited, y'all. There's another one right there. Can you see it? It takes a lot for me to get a good shot of stuff, but let me show you a few more. There's another one right there. These are all of the Green Magic. There's one right there. So Green Magic is a hybrid, but it has worked well for me in the past, and so that is why I am still using it to grow. Down the middle section, you can see the Green Goliath is getting huge, still getting huge, and we are still waiting on actual broccoli heads on most of these plants. There is one plant that has one, but you can see the leaves are starting to curl over. That means the heads will be coming soon. I haven't actually looked to see what their days to maturity are. I just keep coming out here to look, if I'm honest. But look at that, y'all. Everything down this aisle is more broccoli plants. I absolutely love it. Oh, update on the blueberries. They're not dead. So I am thinking they're probably starting to root. So we will see. Now the leaves look bad. Like, I feel like I told y'all that the last time, but the plant is not dead. If I scratch this, see that? We still got green. So it's not dead. I scratch this one, not dead. We still got green. Scratch this one. Not dead, still got green. Let's do the scratch test on this one. Not dead, still got green. We love that. That's just something new I tried this year. And we will see how it goes. But right now, it seems to be working. So I will have 4 additional blueberries to put somewhere. I did that as an experiment. I honestly don't have anywhere to put them, but I'm sure I'll find a spot. The carrots are still looking good, at least from the top. I haven't dug down yet, but I think like right here, I'm definitely, yeah, we're seeing a carrot. Can y'all see that? We're seeing a carrot. It's a purple one. So we just gonna let them do, oh yeah, y'all see that? These three, they're too close together, but I don't like really big carrots anyway. Oh yeah, looky there. Y'all see it? I decided to be nosy with y'all. Nice, 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 nice. So the carrots are doing well too. So we just gonna leave them, see how long it takes for us to actually get carrots. This is in a shady space, like I always tell you. So they're probably growing slower because of the shade and because of the weather. So with that being said, we just gonna have to give it some time. I completely forgot to show y'all this. We still got purple potted pole beans growing. So that's exciting, which is why I don't think we had a frost. I just don't know what happened to the roselle. There's another one down here, but that needs to purple up a little bit more. So next year, definitely be planting some more purple potted pole beans for a second harvest. The peppers are still going, y'all. That one golden Marconi, I think that's what that is. We've been waiting. We've been waiting for weeks for this thing to ripen, but it's cold, so the temperatures aren't, you know, the best for it to start ripening. But we just gonna leave it to the very last second because golden Marconi that has ripened is absolutely delicious, y'all. The Brussels sprouts are looking okay. These two, the Groninger, they still look pretty bad, although their middle leaves are starting to look much better than they were. And then the Long Island improved. They've always looked pretty good, eaten up, but not like really skinny and thin. So with that being said, we're just watching them, but you can see we got some of them trying to produce, I do believe. So that's exciting. Oh, we also have peppers we need to come harvest. Like those are small, but there are peppers that we need to harvest. We're not gonna worry about it today though. Over here, we still have our peppers going, needing some harvesting to be going on out here too. But we are going to do it eventually. See right there? Those are banana peppers. Got more banana peppers right there too. I say it in every video, peppers can go right up until your first frost. That is what I plan to do. Once the frost comes, I pull them all out the bags, amend the bags, put the bags to sleep for early planting in spring. An exciting new discovery. This is the bed where the meal grinds were still a little warm. We got broccoli coming in there, y'all. This is green magic on this end. But yeah, we got broccoli coming in here too. So I now know that if I'm a little short on time, that the plants will be just fine. Down here are the ones where we moved the green stalks so that they could get light. So they are standing up a little bit more and they're not as like leggy. You can see they're getting a little bit thicker. I don't know if anybody paid attention to how thin they were, but they're getting a little bit thicker. And so I'm happy to see that, but these are looking good. You got more pepper plants over here. These are cayenne, shishitos, and pimentos. And we are just waiting for the first frost, if we're honest. All grown in 7-gallon bags. All of the peppers that I showed you are in 7-gallon bags every year. I may put some of them into the bed, but the majority go in the 7-gallon bags. Oh, those tomatoes were also in 7-gallon bags. All right, so you got your collards right here. Literally want the frost to come just so I can harvest these collards, y'all. And I think it would give us some more sun in the bed if we were able to do that. And when I say able, I can do whatever I want to, but they are sweeter when you allow the first frost to hit them. We just haven't gotten our first frost, which is why we still haven't done any harvesting. Look how big that leaf is compared to my hand. I show it every week. This one is kind of eaten up, but yeah, I show it every week. But yeah, these collards look really, really good, y'all. And I have several different varieties of collards. I want to say I have 4 this year because I want to see which ones are best for me. So down here, Top Bunch 2.0. Down here you have Alabama Blue. I showed you the cabbage collards earlier, and the Georgia Southern collards are on the back side. So very, very ready for those collards because I'm ready to eat them. Our first planted garlic in our garlic trial is still looking good. I've never really had garlic that looked this good from the beginning, right? Or at the end. So I'm pretty excited. I would like to dig down, but I don't think I'm going to. We'll just see what happens, y'all. So this garlic was planted in September. September. And I'm just trying to see, will I still get a decent harvest, any harvest at all? What's gonna happen to them if I plant them in September? My local feed and seeds chart said that I can. The whole thing with garlic also is, I think a lot of people say like it should not sprout until the spring. So I am very much ahead of my time if that is the case. Like if that's what keeps it going, not sprouting until spring, then in this case, I'm probably not gonna be successful. But only time will tell. Next spring, June or July, we will find out. The purple sprouting broccoli is looking good, getting much bigger than it was before I moved it. So I think moving them here was a great idea. I can't wait to try them. Never had them before, but I'm very, very excited to try them. I think this is a collard, y'all, but it looks good. I mean, aside from a few holes in these leaves, it looks good. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a collard. I think it might be one of the top bunch collards, but not 100% sure on that either. So now the first bed, when you come into the garden, we have like lots of kohlrabi that will be ready to go soon. I don't know where this white one came from. I'm very happy to see it though. This is a white kohlrabi. Mine didn't do well, and so I thought I got rid of all of them, but I guess I didn't. That's another one. It's huge. That's a purple one. So we'll be harvesting them soon. And look at this pretty nasturtium down here. So pretty. I love the way nasturtiums look, and I like to eat them too. I say it all the time. But we got more broccoli back here. The broccoli is coming in. I believe somebody asked me like, when did I start my fall starts? I'll have to go back and look. If I can find it, I'll go ahead and put it on the screen. I can't remember when I started them, but I do know I planted them out the last week of August and the first week of September. And then I have other things that I've planted since, but what you're looking at in this main garden is last week of August, first week of September. And then in the back of this bed, you know, like I told you, we have tree collards. If you remember, when we planted these tree collards out, they were so small. Look at them, y'all. They look amazing. I'm super excited. And tree collards are basically perennial, so that's where they will be. This bed will always have tree collards in the back of it. The thing is, during the summer, they get eaten up really bad. So I just pull the leaves and let them keep growing until this time of year. Then I let them grow and I'll use the leaves for actually eating. So on to the lilac green stalk, y'all. We have quite a bit of bok choy or pak choy coming up. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna show y'all the leek green stalk, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I think some of these starts are gonna go into the leek green stalk. And the spinach is coming up. I hope y'all can see that. We finally got activity on the spinach. Super excited. I think I planted these late October from seed, and they are starting to come up. Not every hole, but they are starting to come up. Also, these things have left the big plants alone, but they are very much on the smaller plants in the green stalks at this point. So I'm just coming through and hand picking them to make sure that they don't actually eat the entire start. So yeah, but the starts are looking decent in here too. They're looking pretty good in here. I can't complain. And then the cabbage seems to be moving really slow. So does the broccoli. So I'm starting to wonder if it's a watering thing. But that, yeah, they might need to be watered, but they're moving really slow, but that's okay. We're gonna learn this. If you're new here, this is my first year growing in green stalks, but I absolutely love them. In the summer, I figured it out. I think I had nice growth in the green stalks. This is my first year growing in them for fall. So with that being said, I'm still learning. I'm still learning about growing in the green stalks. But now we've come out of the main garden. That was the main garden tour. It's looking good, not changing a lot, but I still want to show it week to week for myself and also for new gardeners. And again, if you have any questions, because I am starting to make videos based off questions now that it's like a slower time in the garden and I don't have just a lot to do, and somebody keeps telling me to clean my pots, I will. I don't feel like doing them right now. So when I feel like it, I will. But yeah, I don't feel like cleaning them. It's a perfect time to clean them now because it is downtime, but I don't feel like doing it. So I'm not doing them right now. Anywho, what do we have here? A very, very nice herb green stalk. I'm really loving this green stalk, y'all. It looks so good. Like, this is parsley. We still haven't come and got these chives, but we will. I'm probably gonna do a harvesting video this week because I haven't in a while, and there are things that need to be harvested. And this yarrow, I saw Helen talking about this today from Plant-Based Helen, although that's not her channel anymore. And I feel like I just want to be helpful. As I love her content, and so I want to be helpful. I did a post the other day to let everybody know that she had gotten hacked, and I gave y'all her new channel. I'm gonna link it here too, so in case you didn't see my community post, her channel Plant-Based Helen got hacked, and so she had to start over. So if you were a subscriber or you just interested in seeing somebody else who gardens, make sure you check out my description so that you can go and follow her and we can help her get her subscribers back. Anyway, what I was saying is, I was watching her this morning and she was talking about yarrow, and y'all know I've been asking, like, what do you do with yarrow? She said make sure you do your research because it's not for everybody. So until I'm able to do my research, I'm just gonna let it grow, because for one, I think it's a very pretty plant, and I think that it flowers too, so it could be good for pollinators if it's not something that's gonna work for me. But yeah, the herb green stalks looks really good, y'all. I mean, I can't even complain about it. Everything looks so good in it. This is probably my best growing green stalk behind the blackberry green stalk that I'm about to show y'all. And this is my best performing one so far. I know we got sun, but I hope y'all can see it, y'all. This is basically all kale with some celery at the bottom, but look how good everything looks. Oh, you know what? There's Swiss chard in here too, but it's very small. Oh, and lettuce. It's got all kinds of stuff in it. Lanceolado kale. It just looks really, really good. And as it relates to the green stalks, I'm probably watering them really deeply once a week now, just because we get so cool at night. And so we have dew and things in the morning. I think it's helping with the moisture retention, but I'm probably doing it like once every week, but really, really deeply. Look at that lettuce. We're gonna start eating this lettuce though. I think it's gotten to a good size where we can get a nice salad for my family of 3. Oh, y'all, look at the onion green stalk. Finally, we are having nice onion production. Well, at least the greenery. Now, I do need to go ahead and fertilize this week. I haven't gotten around to it just yet, but I think that's working. I'm still fertilizing it once a week with fish emulsion, and I think that is working out really well. We don't have any activity in the garlic green stalk that we just planted out, but that's to be expected. We literally just planted it out. And if I'm honest, I'm kind of hoping that we don't get action until the spring, just to see if it really matters. Although we're gonna plant some more in November over in the other quick tent garden bed that I showed you that already has garlic in it. The blueberry green stalk kind of still looks like the blueberry green stalk, but we do have a little more growth on these onions. So I'm excited about that. I'm gonna overwinter these onions. I don't think that I've made that clear before in a video. I'm not expecting to get an onion harvest in fall. I'm expecting to get an onion harvest in the spring. Someone asked me, what am I doing for frost protection? I'm not doing anything. We're gonna see how things go without frost protection. I haven't covered in the last few years, and I'm not covering this year either. So it's a little warm out here, so things are drooping, but this green stalk is starting to look a little bit bushier. We're getting some more growth on it. And this is pretty much like kale, collards. I wanna say there's broccoli in here. Might even be, what do you call it? Kohlrabi in here. But it's looking real good, y'all. I have been having to pick off pests quite often on this one. So with that being said, you do have some eaten up leaves, but it's looking okay. The eucalyptus is still looking good. I do not know how this is gonna go over the winter, but we will see. The moringa looks terrible. This green stalk right here, like this, I don't know what's going on here. It's not dry, but whatever this is not looking good. And it could be from the heat right now. But the green stalk is looking good. Starting to kind of look like the blackberry one is getting a lot more bushy. And we love that. Kale, broccoli in here, kohlrabi in here. Pretty much the same thing as the pink one. I think I mentioned that before. And then this yellow one is kind of looking just like the blueberry. This is lemon. I keep saying yellow. Lemon is looking like the blueberry. It has the same things planted in it. And the onions just are not super duper thriving. And that's okay. We are gonna see what happens, y'all. My citrus with the yellow leaves is not as yellow anymore. So we're still just watching it. They are still yellow, but not as yellow anymore. That's a blood orange. I think I always say that so you know which one I'm having that issue with. But we have other citrus back here. They're all still looking pretty good. You know, I found out with this pink lemon, it's a pink variegated lemon, it is very fussy when it's not watered correctly. That is something that I noticed this year. And then we have a few more citrus over here. These are all going in that greenhouse in a few days. I just got to get around to doing it. So then you have this, what is it, shallots? We got shallots over here. I don't know what they doing either, y'all. They don't look horrible, but they don't look great, and we just gonna give it some time. But if this one has empty pockets, garlic is gonna go in there, just like this one. Now, this one looks terrible. I mean, even the pansies, it's something I'm doing wrong, because I have pansies in other places. So it's something I'm doing wrong. It may be overwatering, but also the garlic is coming up over here that we planted a little while ago. But yeah, even the pansies are dying. I'm trying to figure out what I put in here, but I have no idea. I should have kept notes, but I did not. And so that is what it is. Either way, it's going to be, I'm pretty sure it's going to end up being a garlic green stalk too. Oh, by the way, the lettuce we planted has started coming up. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I did not start watering from the bottom. I'm just spraying them from the top and hoping for the best, y'all. I done got tired. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I done got tired of taking care of stuff. This is what I wanted to use to replace that lettuce I showed y'all earlier. So I did at least take it out of the greenhouse and sit it where it can get some sun. But I'm not watering it from the bottom. I'm just spraying it to make sure that soil stay moist. Plants are resilient though, y'all. And the last part is the greenhouse, which I need to water. I have not gotten around to watering it today. It's looking okay. We have had quite a bit of pest pressure in here. I have been coming out here and pulling all of the worms off, but they still remain strong in this greenhouse, which is fine. The cabbage moth and her babies and her caterpillar babies have been in here. And then you have the kale over here, which is growing. You can see that it has like new leaves in here. Look at this one. They done ate this whole thing down. I sometimes forget to come and check over here. I'm gonna leave it because new leaves can absolutely come out of the middle, y'all. And then this is a kale back here too. Look, yeah. I figured, look, they are in this greenhouse. And it's okay. It's too late for me to care, and we got kale in a whole bunch of different places. Like I said, I'm still gonna leave that kale though, because it could come back and grow new leaves. But looky here, y'all. Yep, Roselle will grow in the greenhouse. It's flowering in the greenhouse. So it's definitely going to go in the greenhouse next year as well. And honest truth, it looks much better than the one that we have out in the garden right now. I think it's a great idea to put it in the greenhouse because it can keep going. It's flowering and I'm super duper excited, y'all. And those roses are still so pretty. I mean, like, what a flush to say goodbye to summer. Y'all see all those roses? I feel like I can't get rid of them. I feel like I'm just gonna have to figure out where they go. I mean, they absolutely beautiful. That is such a flush to say, all right, summer's about to be gone, and so is fall more than likely. But I mean, they're absolutely beautiful, y'all. So the orchard, real quick, we need to at least come out here and cut these branches down. At least come on and prune them, even if we're not gonna get around to moving this stuff around. So we'll probably get around to it sometime this week or next week. But they are too big, they are too tall, and I did never want these trees to be this big. So that's the garden tour for today. It's doing good out here. It's looking good. It's not big changes that are like super noticeable on weekly garden tours, but it's doing good, and we're gonna get some food from out here. I can't wait to do the harvest. I cannot wait to get our first frost and do the harvest because I know it's gonna be so much food for me to preserve. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram where I post about the things going on in my garden almost every day. Bye, y'all.